Welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS pitcher picks for Monday, May 22nd, 2017. Hard to believe the month of May is practically finished. The baseball season now headed towards the 2-month point. We're definitely over a month and a half. It seems like just yesterday we were, getting ready for the season to go. But here we are, really excited today to see what happens. And the pitching choices are definitely very interesting. That's probably putting it mildly. There are not a lot of plays that really jump out. We'll do our best here to kind of provide some potential tournament options. The first one I'm looking at is going to conflict with my play of the day on the hitter side, but this is kind of a hedge that I'm willing to take. I'm looking at JC Ramirez, 7,200 on FanDuel. I don't have his DraftKings pricing in front of me. He's on the road taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, this is definitely a little bit of a tough situation here. The Rays, high strikeout team, something like a 26% strikeout rate, but all the numbers around them against right-handed pitching are pretty solid. Very high WOBA, high ISO, high hard hit rate. So more or less, if you're not striking their batters out, they're likely doing some pretty hefty damage against you. So I just got to put that out there. But sometimes what we want to look at is we want to look at the upside. Ramirez is a guy that we've seen have some higher strikeout games this year. Has not been as of late. Really did disappoint in his last outing against the White Sox. He did go 7 innings, but ultimately was only able to come up with 2 strikeouts. But he has 3 games sandwiched in there where he had 9, 7, and 9 strikeouts. He's gone 7 innings in quite a few games. Really only had, actually he really didn't have too many bad starts. Basically, every other one of his starts has been a quality outing. Most of it just had to do with not being able to pitch well in terms of control. I think that it's a situation where, like I said, this is a boom or bust play. This is no certainty that he's going to be able to get the job done today, but ultimately he's someone we're at least looking at on a pretty unspectacular slate of pitching. Next up, let's go to Michael Pineda, 8,700 at home against the Kansas City Royals. Now, we just saw Pineda against the same Royals team, and we saw him maybe, I don't know if struggle is really the best word for it, but the strikeouts took a long time to get there, gave up a couple runs. I would, at this point, kind of classify Pineda in the Danny Salazar range, where got all the tools there. The strikeouts are going to be there, but he's not making it through games without giving up runs. Does have a lot of quality starts. He's got 5 out of 8 quality starts, so that's a good thing. Obviously, we want our pitchers to not just get the points for quality start, but that kind of gives us an idea of the likelihood of them putting together a solid game. I can see him having a good game here. There's very little question about it. He's somebody that could put up double-digit strikeouts. He's had no lower than 5 all year, and most of his outings float, that 6 to 8 range. So I think he's worth a look. If he can minimize the amount of damage that's done in terms of runs scored, he's a guy who could put up a 60-plus point fantasy outing, and quite frankly, he's one of few on the slate tonight that can. Last up, we'll look at who I would assume will probably be the chalk play of the night, and that is going to be Zack Greinke of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people view this as, well, it's Chase. I don't want to play Greinke at Chase because he's going to get torn up. Granted, that could absolutely happen. The White Sox, frustrating offense right now because most of the time we're looking at them and we're saying, who are these guys in the lineup? We have no idea what a Yolmer Sanchez is or Wiley Garcia. There's just a bunch of guys who you really don't know. Plus, you have players like Todd Frazier that just can't seem to find the ability to play, but they somehow keep scoring runs, and they make it frustrating on fantasy owners. Greinke, though, is in my mind still a top-tier pitcher. A lot of concern about his strikeout stuff, but 11-9, 7, 11-8 in the last several games for him have seen a much better start than the 4.64 and 6 that he had. I'm willing to go back to the chalk play tonight and roll Greinke out. I think he's going to have a good game. Wouldn't shock me to see him go 7 innings with 10 strikeouts and really put up a nice score. So that'll wrap it up for today. Our tournament pitchers, JC Ramirez, Michael Pineda, Zack Greinke. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to Facebook, like us there at Research Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.